Congratulations. I
Thank
so
you very
enjoy
much.
this, and I really kind of related to it because my dad was also a pitcher in,
Oh,
before
really?
he went on to become an accountant. So
Oh,
it
no
brought
kidding.
back a lot of memories for me.
Uh-huh.
What was it for you that you decided, this is the one I'm going to direct?
There's a lot of things. I mean, the script really appealed to me on many levels. I thought it was, you know, a very simple but unique story, and I could see it. I could see it in my head, so I knew how to approach it, and I thought I could make an entertaining film out of it. It had strong characters with deep relationships that I could work with, and I thought those folks would, those characters would attract a good cast. Clint was willing to star in it, which didn't hurt, and it made that easy because the two of us both like to work so much, so rather than one of us having to stop, we could do it together. And I just thought the story, you know, would have some broad appeal, that it could work for a lot of different people, and I like that aspect of it.
You, of course, go back with Mr. Clint Eastwood for, you know, almost 20 years. That's
Yeah.
a great working relationship.
Yeah.
But was it hard for him to pull back and let you direct?
I suspect it was as challenging for him to hold back as it was for me to have to direct him. But I've been observing him for a long time, like you say, so I kind of know what makes him comfortable and how he does his best work. So I tried to create the same environment for him, and surrounded him with a lot of the same people, and took the same approach towards directing, which is sort of let people show you what they can do and then adjust from there. So I just sort of stayed out of his way, and I felt the need to be very well prepared, because I knew it would be second nature for him to just take over, because that's what he does. So I had my shot list, I had everything worked out in my brain, and I just kept rolling so that there wouldn't be enough time for him to jump in there and change things.
Well, how does one give Clint Eastwood notes?
You know, you let him have his moment until he gets it to where he's feeling comfortable, and then you can go in and say, okay, would you maybe try something a little different? But, you know, we had a pretty clear understanding about what that role was and what this movie was, so there wasn't really the need to do a lot of that. And Clinton has such a strong sense of what audiences like about him and his character that you don't want to mess with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, as you're saying, some amazing actors in this film.
Yeah.
You know, in addition to Clint, of course. And I want to talk about the relationship between him and Amy Adams' character, because they're playing this father and daughter that have kind of been estranged, and there's that, you know, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
How did you know Amy was going to work so well in this role?
Well, she's just such a great actress, and I've loved her in everything she's done. I think she just disappears into her roles, and she can, you know, she has this soft, tender side that was so necessary for this film, and yet she is at this really tough side that I knew she could stand up to Clint on screen and be believable. And she throws herself into everything she does. I knew she would be convincing as a baseball enthusiast as well.
Enthusiast, man, she could throw a ball.
Yeah,
She was good.
Yeah, she's great.
Is there anything that woman can't do?
I haven't found it yet. No. Yeah.
Fantastic. And then, of course, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Again, another great performance from him.
Yeah.
You know, how did you know he was going to be right for this?
You know, that role called for somebody who was likable and charming, and when somebody suggested Justin, it just made perfect sense. He's got the great comedic timing. Clint, I knew, would approve because he loves him on Saturday Night Live, so I just thought we had a good chance there, and he brought the right kind of energy and to that role that it needed to keep the whole story moving and engaging.
What kind of prep work did you have to do for this? Because you know, and also just finding the right people to play the players, because they were great too.
Yeah, casting across the board was sort of the most important aspect I felt of this film, because it's a rather straightforward story. It doesn't have spectacle and visual effects and so forth. So it was important that I find the right actor for each role, and the right baseball player if that was the case. In some cases, I focused more on the acting talent, and we had coaches work with the people to sort of make that aspect look real. And then in other cases, I went with somebody who could really play ball, and then I worked with them on the acting part and tried to bring, you know. So it was just in each case, it was I had to take it role by role.
Yeah, this movie, you know, really also makes you think a lot about your own parents, their mortality, all that kind of stuff that comes into play. Yeah. But I was wondering, you know, when you were a kid, did you have any special bonding moments with your dad in terms of a sports story? Did you go to games with him or anything like that?
Well, you know, boy, that's a good question. I mean, my dad always showed up for my ball games and stuff. My parents were divorced at that age, so it was a difficult time, I guess you could say. But it was one of the things that baseball that you could kind of lose yourself in, and that's kind of what I was going for with this film, is to sort of capture and convey that nostalgic feel for baseball that a lot of us have, and that sort of the simplicity and the fun of it and being out in the field, and contrast that with, you know, the more unappealing aspects of today's ball, you know, with endorsements and the commercialization of it all and so forth.
Yeah. What was it for you? I mean, like you say, you've been working with Clint for 20 years, and you guys have given us such fantastic movies. I mean, my goodness. But for you, what was the movie that you worked on that just changed your life forever?
Wow, changed my life forever. That's big. I don't know. I mean, my favorite movie that I did with Clint, I think, was probably Mystic River. I really, that was I produced that movie. It was the first one I really produced. He gave me, you know, a great authority and responsibility in that picture, and and he and I think had a shared vision of what the movie was going to be, and so I felt like I was really able to participate a lot, and it was very fulfilling, and it reaffirmed that desire in me to direct.
What was the most gratifying or important lesson that you learned from Clint that you took with you to, for your directorial debut?
I guess, you know, there's so many tricks and techniques and are part of his process that I've absorbed and used. But the one I keep sort of coming back to is just this idea of confidence. You have to project confidence. If you're going to direct a movie, people are looking to you for leadership. They want to know that you have a vision and that they can trust you, you know, with what you're going to produce for them. And so you have to project confidence and just go out there and make your plan and stick to it.
Yeah, so has the directing bug now bit? Like, are you and Clint going to be
fighting
over
scripts now? A long time ago. No, I don't think we'll be fighting over scripts, but yeah, no, directing is definitely, it's always been the plan for me, and I definitely want to continue doing it.
Well, good. Keep it up. You did a great job with this.
Thank you very much. That's very nice.
And best of luck with everything.
Thank you.
Lovely to talk to you.
Thank you.